Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're getting into something that maybe sounds a bit technical. Industrial sweepers and scrubbers.
Yeah, when you hear that, you probably picture these huge machines, maybe in a factory somewhere, totally separate from your everyday life.
Exactly. Sort of out of sight, out of mind. You wouldn't necessarily connect them to, the places you go every day.
But that's where it gets interesting. We want you to reconsider that. These machines, they're actually kind of the backbone for keeping loads of big businesses and public spaces really, really clean.
Like unseen heroes working away behind the scenes.
Precisely, making sure things are clean, safe, efficient, stuff we often just expect.
Right. So our mission today is to pull back that curtain a bit. We're looking at the purpose, the benefits of these industrial cleaners.
And we're grounding this in an article from Angus Lift Trucks, Top 7 Applications of Industrial Sweepers and Scrubbers.
So look, you might never drive one of these things yourself, but understanding where they're used, it gives you this fascinating glimpse into the hidden work that keeps our environments in shape.
You might actually start noticing those clean floors a lot more.
Yeah, maybe appreciate them a bit differently.
And it's not just about tidiness, is it? It's tied into how efficiently places run, public health, even keeping products safe.
That's a really key point. Okay, but before we jump into where they're used, let's clarify what we're actually talking about. Industrial floor cleaners, sweepers, scrubbers, are they the same thing?
Good question. They often get lumped together, but no, they do different jobs, though they often work as a team.
Okay.
So think of a sweeper like a super heavy-duty vacuum.
Yeah.
Its job is to pick up all the loose, dry stuff, dust, dirt, bits of paper, wrappers, whatever's just sitting on the surface.
Right, like cleaning up debris.
Exactly. They usually have brushes spinning to loosen everything up, and then a strong vacuum sucks it into a container, a hopper.
Gotcha. So that clears the big stuff out of the way. What about scrubbers then?
Okay, so scrubbers tackle the stuck-on grime. They use water, maybe some cleaning solution, and brushes to actually wash the floor.
Ah, like a deep clean.
Totally. They dissolve the dirt, the sticky spots, anything ground in. And crucially, they then vacuum up the dirty water so the floor is left clean and dry pretty quickly.
So you might use a sweeper first, then a scrubber.
Very often, yes. Sweep up the loose bits, then scrub for that really deep clean and shine. Makes sense, right?
It really does. Okay, so that's the what. Now, how about the how? I mean, the machines themselves. The source talks about ride-on versus walk-behind.
Exactly. That's the other big distinction, and it really depends on the space. For really big areas, think huge warehouses, massive factories, airport concourses. You've got your ride-on models.
The ones where the operator actually sits on it and drives it around.
That's the one. They're built tough, designed for large floors and corridors, like the source says, and the big advantage is they cover a lot of space quickly. Efficiency is the name of the game there.
I can picture those now. Gliding down long aisles. What about smaller places?
That's where the walk-behind cleaners come in. They're obviously smaller, and the operator walks behind, guiding it.
Okay, more maneuverable.
Definitely. Perfect for small areas, navigating tight corridors, maybe cleaning office spaces regularly. Think about the difference between, say, a giant distribution center and the aisles in your local supermarket.
Yeah, totally different needs. You need both types.
You really do. It's all about having the right tool for the specific job, for the environment.
Okay, that sets the stage nicely. We know what they are, how they work, the basic types. Now let's get into the applications. The source mentions at least 7 good ways these are used.
Yeah, and the range is pretty surprising. It really shows how widespread they are.
Let's start with application 1. Educational buildings, schools, colleges.
Right, and anyone who's been around kids knows things can get messy fast. Lots of people moving around, tracked in dirt, spills. The source mentions dirt and bacteria building up quickly.
So it's not just about looking clean, it's about, well, actual hygiene too.
Absolutely critical in a school environment. Industrial cleaners are key to maintaining a clean atmosphere for students and staff.
I'm thinking gyms, cafeterias, those big auditoriums, places that see a ton of use.
Exactly. They're great for those gyms, stages, and large auditoriums.
Yeah.
Trying to clean those huge spaces by hand would just be impractical.
So what type do they typically use?
Well, for big schools with large open areas, you'll definitely see ride-on sweepers and scrubbers. But then for classrooms, offices, maybe narrower hallways, the walk-behind cleaner is essential too.
So schools often need both.
Yeah, the source says they often utilize both. It's about a complete strategy.
Okay, moving from schools to somewhere where cleanliness is maybe even more critical. Application 2, produce factories.
This is a big one for food safety. You absolutely have to avoid contaminating any of the produce. Think about fruits or vegetables potentially dropping.
Leaving sticky messes, yeah.
Exactly. And that can become a breeding ground for bacteria if it's not dealt with properly and quickly. It's essential for safety and the distribution of fruits and veggies.
So this is less about appearance and more about fundamental safety protocols.
Totally. It's risk management. You'll probably need both a sweeper and a scrubber here. Sweep up any drop leaves or bits, then scrub to sanitize.
And given the size of these places.
Mostly, ride-on sweeper and scrubber models are the go-to because food plants are usually huge. But again, for any small or narrow spaces, maybe around specific machinery, the walk-behind type is still needed to get everywhere.
Makes sense. Okay, next up, application 3. Hospitals. This feels obvious, but the source emphasizes the sheer effort.
It does. Of course, hospitals must be clean. It's non-negotiable. But the source points out, a clean hospital floor is vital in ensuring the safety of both the staff and patients.
It's about infection control, isn't it? Preventing the spread of germs.
Absolutely. Industrial scrubbers are really on the front line against healthcare-associated infections, or HAIs. They help keep pathogen levels down. Consistent, thorough cleaning is a major defense mechanism.
So again, way beyond just tidiness, it's active health protection. How do they manage in such large buildings?
Well, this is where the ride-on tools can help speed up the process. Hospitals often have these really large hallways, big waiting areas, long corridors.
Manual cleaning would take forever.
And probably wouldn't be consistently effective. These machines provide that efficient, deep clean across large critical areas, which directly helps patient safety. It's a huge part of their cleaning protocol.
Okay, shifting from health settings to commerce. Application 4, retail stores. How do these fit in there?
Well, think about customer experience. The source says maintaining a clean store is a massive part of customer service.
Right, nobody wants to shop in a grubby place.
Exactly. Customers are just naturally attracted to a clean and pleasant environment. It signals quality, that the retailer cares. It's actually part of their branding.
So a clean floor can actually impact sales.
Subconsciously, absolutely. Now, obviously, not every single shop needs an industrial machine. Your tiny local boutique probably doesn't.
Right.
But the source notes that large department stores can greatly benefit. Think about those huge multi-level stores with wide aisles.
Yeah, massive foot traffic.
For those, ride-on sweeper and scrubber models are pretty essential to keep things looking good. But for your average size supermarket or clothing store, a walk-behind sweeper and scrubber might be perfect, efficient, but suited to the space.
Okay, interesting. Now for number 5, car dealerships. This one, I admit, wasn't the first place I thought of.
Yeah, it's maybe a bit unexpected, but think about it. Dealerships are often these large and clean buildings, right? They're selling expensive products.
And they want to project a certain image.
Exactly. They need that consistent upkeep to maintain their clean appearance and, as the source puts it, sell an air of professionalism. A sparkling floor really complements those shiny new cars.
Okay. The environment reflects the product. Cleanliness equals quality, luxury even.
Precisely. So these machines help keep floors clean and sanitary, contributing to that overall impression.
What kind do they typically use? Showrooms can have cars parked all over.
Good point. Often, a walk-behind cleaner can work well with many dealerships. It's got the maneuverability to get around the cars and displays. Of course, a really huge dealership might use a ride-on for service bays or big open areas, but the walk-behind is often key for that showroom shine.
Got it. Application 6. Warehouses. Okay, these are just storage spaces, right? Does cleanliness matter that much?
You'd be surprised. The problem isn't always visible dirt. The source points out that warehouses can house a lot of bacteria and dust that can affect the goods in storage.
So like dust getting into electronics. Or affecting packaged food somehow.
Exactly. Even if things are in proper packaging, a dusty or unclean environment can degrade products over time. Think about sensitive components, or even just making sure packaging looks pristine when it ships out. Plus, there's worker health and safety, too.
So cleaning is about protecting the inventory.
Right. You need to maintain a warehouse environment to safeguard the products. And given the scale...
Warehouses are usually enormous.
Yep. They tend to be large, so ride-on cleaners are typically the best option. Trying to clean hundreds of thousands of square feet with a walk behind it would just take up too much time. Ride-ons are essential for efficiency and logistics.
Makes total sense. Okay, last one. Application 7. Sports arenas. This one seems pretty straightforward. They get messy.
Oh, definitely. Arenas are incredibly large and, yeah, notorious for getting dirty, especially after a big game or a concert.
Popcorn, spilled drinks, wrappers, everything.
Tens of thousands of people generate a lot of mess. It takes a lot of cleaning to get the place back into shape, often really quickly before the next event.
So bringing the arena back to its original condition is a huge task.
Massive. And this is where you absolutely need the power of a ride-on sweeper and scrubber. Anything smaller just wouldn't cope with the scale.
Even with a ride on, it must take time.
Oh yeah. The source mentions it might still need multiple people working the job simultaneously, even with the machines. It just shows the sheer volume of cleaning required for these huge public venues. Speed and thoroughness are both critical.
Wow. Okay, so we've gone from schools to factories, hospitals, stores, dealerships, warehouses, arenas. When you connect those dots, it's clear these machines are doing a lot more than just, tidying up.
Absolutely. They're fundamental, really. They impact efficiency, how quickly places can operate or turn around. They impact safety, public health, the integrity of products, even how professional a place looks and feels. They're woven into so many different sectors.
Yeah, they really speed up their cleaning process, which is crucial for any large
Ah.
buildings and businesses. They're
Mhm.
kind of this invisible layer supporting how things run smoothly.
So to quickly recap, these industrial sweepers and scrubbers, they're versatile, they're essential, often unnoticed, but really vital for how things operate today. They keep our environments going in ways we don't always think about.
Right. Which leads us to a final thought for you, the listener. We've sort of peeled back the curtain on this one type of unseen infrastructure, industrial cleaning. Now, think about what else might be working away behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. In the places you go all the time.
Yeah, like what specialized tools or systems are keeping things safe, efficient, clean, but are mostly invisible. Maybe the air systems in a big airport, or the climate control protecting art in a museum, the robots building things in a factory.
Loads of examples when you start looking.
How does thinking about this hidden layer change how you see these environments? Next time you walk into a really clean hospital or a dealership, or even just your kid's school, maybe you'll see it a bit differently.
Something to think about. Keep your eyes open for that unseen infrastructure.
Definitely. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.